Hello guys, now the today's task is perform exploratory data analysis on data mole customer. Hi guys, my name is Krishna Prajapati. I'm the intern for the data science at TechEdu. So now to perform this, actually I'm imported all the required library, actually NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib and all the required library which is necessary for this task. Now next thing that I have read here the CSV file that we have provided this thing. So now if you see the first 5 rows of the data, so we have these 5 rows: customer ID, gender, age, annual income, and the spending score, right? Now if you want to see the all the information about the data set, so we have the info function, right? So moledata.info, so we can see all the information about the data set, that we have 200 non-null value. It means it every column we have 200 non-null data, that we have don't have any none value, we have all non-null value data, right? And if you see the data type of the what is the data type of customer ID column, so actually it is integer, and we can see the all the information about the data set, right? Now come for the, if you want to see that the statistical information about the data set, so we have the describe function. By using this describe function, actually we can see the statistical information about the data set, right, for the continuous data set. So if you see here, what is the count, mean, standard deviation, minimum value, 25 percentile, 50 percentile, 75 percentile, and the maximum, all the information about the data set, right? Now next come and see the first thing that I want to see here, that the I want to know the range of customer according to the age in the mole customer. So actually I have used here hist flows. I have, it takes actually one argument, and I have the data set actually mole data, right? So if you see this bar histogram plot, we can see here I have taken age in the x-axis, and in the y-axis we have the count value. Actually it is giving the number of customer that is present in mall data. Okay, so now if we see the same thing, actually I want to see in elaborate way, means I want to see how many male and the customer, male customer and the female customer present in all data set. So I have used here sns.count plot, and I have taken a hue that is gender. So actually it giving me the all the number of male and the female present in my data set. So if you observe this graph, so you can see that the age which is 19, so we can see here the 19 which is male. So we can see how many number of male present, that is 6, right? So in this way we can observe this, and same thing that I have written here, the age group of female which is 23, 31, 32, 35, and 49 age actually is maximum number in mole data set, right? If you want to see the data columns, what are the column in my data set, so actually we have mole data dot column, so we have 5 column, right? Now the next task that I want to see, I want to perform here to find out the relationship between age, spending a score, and the annual income, right? So for that, first I have taken age and the spending score. For that I am using here a scatter plot, because this is continuous data set. For continuous data set we can use scatter plot. So if we use here a scatter plot, and if we see a beautiful graph, right? So age and the spending score, if you observe here, we can see that the age between 20 to 40, right? So those who have age 20 to 40, actually they have the spending score up to 100, right? But the age who has the age 40 to 70, those have a spending score actually up to 60, right? And if you want to see in more detail, we can use the bar plot. So it is given the age wise, right? So you can use both the things, and we can observes, and I have written the same thing that I told you right now. Now the same thing, I want to see the relationship between actually age and the annual income, right? So I have used here age and the annual income. So the same thing that I have used here, and if you see these graphs and observe here that the age between 20 to 30, actually they has annual income approx up to 100, right? 100 Ks. But the age who has the age between 30 to approx suppose 50, right? So you can observe that they have the annual income up to 140 ks, but after 50 actually they have the approx up to 80 to 100, right? And the same thing you can observe from the bar plot, and I have written the same thing, that from the above graph we can observe that the age between 28 and 41 having higher annual income up to 100k dollar, and the remaining age group having up to 80k dollar, right? Now the next task that I want to see, that I want to perform, or I want to see how many clusters are forming in between annual income and the spending score. And from this what we can observe, right? So I have again used here a scatter plot between annual income and the spending score, right? The same thing, and if you observe here from this graph, you can see here this is my one cluster, second cluster, third, four, and five. Actually, it is showing me. But if I want to check it, and if I want to confirm this, so I have one more method, that is elbow method. So we can use elbow method, and by elbow method we can actually find the, or we can estimate the number of cluster which is present in the annual income and the spending score. So I have used here elbow method. So actually I have imported the sklearn cluster k means, that is k means uh, I've used here, and I've created a list, and from 1 to 20 actually I want to know what are the ranges between from 1 to 20. From 1 to 20 actually we are checking, and it gives me the number of cluster, right? So again I have used here plot, that from the range 1 to 20 actually I have used the same thing. And the k means, actually k means list, we have all the important cluster, right? So from this, and we have seen, you can see here that after 5, right, after 5 actually it is showing the same behavior. So we can conclude here that we have total 5 number of cluster. Okay, and it is also giving me the same result, right? And the scatter plot, actually I have seen earlier that the same thing is given. So now we can conclude that actually we have 5 clusters in a spending a score, and in between a spending a score and the annual income, right? So now we can observe here that the annual income who has the annual income between 20 to 40, right? Actually they have the spending score up to 40, as well as from 60 to 100. And those who have the age between 40 to 60, right, we can say that they have the spending score actually 40 to 60. And those have the annual income from 80 to 140. We can observe here that they have actually a spending a score between 0 to 40 and between 60 to 100. So we can observe this, and same thing actually I have written. Now if I conclude, the actually we have seen three things. First thing that I've seen there, the what are the range of customer according to the age group in mole customer. So we have seen the female customer of age 23, 31, 32, 35, 49, and the age group of male customer 19, 32, and 48, actually the maximum in my mole data customer. And we have seen the relationship between age, spending score, and annual income. And the same thing and the next we have seen the cluster between annual income and the spending score. Actually we have 5 cluster, right? I hope it will help you. Thank you so much.